Hey y'all, thank you so much for serving with us. We started a new curriculum in May and we just wanted to show you what your counter is going to look like when you come into the classroom. So you're going to have your teaching pictures, you're going to have a teaching plan, sign-in sheet, materials and colors, and then you're going to have a caddy with Ziploc bags in order with your activities that correlate with your teaching plan.
Something that has changed for everybody is our schedules. There's going to be a schedule outside of your classroom and one posted inside. Please keep an eye on them because your Bible times have changed for going to big rooms, your playground has changed, and your snack time has changed. So just make sure that you're going in order. Take some time to get to where you need to be because everybody seems to be traveling at the same time. Before we start with activity 1, I want you to know that there will be coloring sheets on the table like you're used to seeing, so they can be doing that while you get situated in your classroom. Once you're ready to circle them up, you're going to do activity 1, which is doing hard things, and we're going to do that with bean bags, and you're just basically going to ask them to walk around the room and to balance the bean bags in different positions. It could be on their head, on their shoulders, and just different things, and talk about how God has a plan for us even when things are hard.
Activity 2 is just a review of the story that we learned last week. You'll get your bag with your activity sheet so that you can know what to say to the children. You'll also have a teaching picture from last week to show them as you review the story from last week. Activity 3 is our craft. It's also going to be a Mother's Day craft this week. You're going to get a pot holder and a card that's going to be hole punched and some ribbon that you're going to tie together. You're also going to get some paint where you're going to paint your little kids' hands and they're going to put their handprint right on this pot holder. It is listed as activity 3, but my suggestion is to just have them ready as soon as the children are in the room, and whenever you have a free minute, grab a kid so that you can do their craft so they can begin drying and that they are all completed before mommy's pick up.
Activity 4 is today's Bible story. You'll have your normal teaching cards. They look just a little bit different, but they still have all the things that you say in the back. This week is when Joseph goes to jail.
For activity 5, you are going to have a painter's palette that's going to look like this in your classroom. Each kid is going to get to pick what color they want to draw on the palette. And then when you're done, you're going to talk about how God has a plan for them and you're going to display it outside the classroom.
For activity 6, we're going to play Going Places. You're going to have 4 different destinations in pictures that you're going to put across the room. Then you're going to tell the kids a place. They're going to run there, and once they're there, you're going to say, God has a plan for you at church. God has a plan for you at the grocery store or at the dentist's office. Activity 7 is called Color by Number. And this activity, it's a cupcake. It's a little bit of a challenge for kids that are 3. I think 4s and 5s are ready to do this, but you will tell them what color they are going to do for every number 1, every number 2, every number 3, 4, and 5. And at the end, they're going to see that they've made a beautiful picture and how when they follow a plan, God has great things for them, and we're going to talk to them about how to follow God's plan for our life.
Activity 8 is the craft. It's also going to be the first activity that you do at the beginning of the 11 o'clock hour. If you have new students to their classroom that haven't already done the Mother's Day craft, then that's the craft that they need to do for this hour. If they've stayed for both hours, you'll have a separate craft for them that will be for the story. You'll get a little sheet like this with Joseph in jail. They can color the sheet if they like. You'll also get some pipe cleaners in your bag that you're going to tape across Joseph here to put him in jail. Activity 9 is just a recap of the story that the children learned last week. You'll get a teaching picture in your bag so that you can show the kids as you recap the story from last week. Activity 10 is where you're going to go over the story for this week. You're going to have teaching cards just like this. On the back is going to tell you exactly what to say. There's 3 different ones. You can use these as you read the story to the children.
Activity 11 is going to be our Doing Hard Things activity again. It's going to be the last activity, so it's going to be when parents are picking up. Just make sure the kids are having fun playing the game.
We're so thankful for everything you do for kids ministry. Thank you so much for serving, especially today on Mother's Day.